Welcome to QLO Time Qs, a podcast powered by Quick Loans Online that helps you with your financial and professional journey in 5 fast questions. We know that you are always busy during the day, and we are here to sum it up all you need to know to accelerate your career growth and money mindset. Great day, everyone. I'm Alvin, today's QLO's podcast host and representative. Our episode today will surely give our listeners many ideas on how to not only manage your finances, but also grow their money. The questions we will be asking are cues on choosing investments and to make sure that our listeners can immediately apply their learnings. We invited one of the leading insurance brands that is also a current partner of QLO and its services, Sun Life Financial. Welcome to QLO Time Qs, Mr. Mon Osmena, Territory Manager, Agency Sales of Sun Life Asset Management Company.
Hey Alvin, happy to be here.
Hi sir, good afternoon. Before we start firing our questions, here's a fun fact about our partnership with Sun Life. Did you guys know that the qualified borrowers who loan at least 15,000 pesos through Quick Loans Online will automatically get accident insurance from Sun Life? Yes, in fact, this is one of the reasons why many companies trust QLO with their company's financial employee benefits, as we process this insurance on behalf of the employee and the employer. And as we continued our partner with QLO, we will get expert advice on how to start investing here on our podcast. Are you ready to answer our questions, Sir Mon?
Yep, ready.
So for our first question, is there a difference between saving and investing? Which of the two is more important?
Thanks for that question. So, saving actually refers to the act of setting aside money in liquid accounts for short-term needs or basic needs or emergencies. So, example, you set aside 1,000 pesos per payday in a separate savings account because you want to buy a new, let's say, smartphone in the next 6 months. Meanwhile, investing refers to the act of committing money to a financial product or real asset with some expectation or benefit in the future for your long-term goals. So example, I'm investing in a global equity fund for my son's college education 15 years from now. I'd say both are equally important and serve different purposes, as saving serves your short-term needs while investing is needed for long-term goals.
For the second question, what is the importance of saving? Why do we need to invest?
Okay, so really, you need to learn how to save properly by setting aside money in a separate account from your expense account so that you don't dip into your monthly expenses and end up in a shortfall for your monthly bills and payments. You need to invest to beat inflation first and foremost, because inflation, or the rise of prices in goods and services, simply erodes or declines the purchasing power of your money. Hence, you need to invest your money in instruments that beat inflation and to preserve your money's purchasing power for the future. You also need to invest to have a better chance at funding your long-term goals such as retirement, and because you also want to have passive income from your investments as you get older and cannot work anymore.
Yes, most definitely. I see. Now you heard that, guys. We need to invest for our future. Thank you for that answer. Here's our next question. Can you provide our viewers tips on how they can effectively save for their immediate and short-term financial needs?
Yeah, sure, Alvin. So for saving, don't just set aside money in a bank savings account.
Yes,
that only
definitely
gives you 0.25% gross interest, and 20% of that is taken away from you due to withholding taxes. You're better off putting your short-term funds in a money market fund such as our SLAMC Peso Starter Fund, which is a conservative fund purely invested in short-term bank time deposits, government treasury bills, and other short-term liquid investments. And the fund can give you a conservative, stable-like return that will beat savings accounts, and time deposits. Last year, the fund did 1.48% net, and its compounded annual growth rate is around 1.5% net.
I see. Okay, those are like great numbers, sir. For question number 4, how can a regular individual effectively invest for the future?
Okay, so bear with me here. First,
Okay.
first
Go
you
ahead.
must determine your risk profile. Okay,
Risk
so are you
profile, okay.
conservative? Are you balanced? Are you aggressive? Diba? Are you a risk taker, or do you not sleep well at night if you have aggressive investments?
Yes.
We have an investment suitability questionnaire that will help you assess your risk profile and time horizon for investing. So once you know your risk profile, we also have recommended investment portfolios for you with corresponding asset allocation mixes. If you are young and you can afford to be aggressive because you have many years ahead of you and can afford the volatility of aggressive investments like stocks or equities, hence you would most likely want more equities than bonds or money market funds in your portfolio. So here's a simple trick, Alvino.
Okay, sir.
Get the number 100 and minus your age to get the percentage weight of aggressive investments in your portfolio. So example lang. You're 20 years old, let's just say,
Yes.
no? So you get 100 minus 20. So that equals 80, diba?
Yes, sir.
So hence, with this simple tool, it says that you can put 80% of your portfolio into aggressive investments such as equities or equity funds, while the remaining balance of 20% can be in more conservative investments such as bonds or bond funds or money market funds. So once you have your risk profile, then you can refer to our recommended portfolio asset allocation mixes for you to build your investment portfolio. If you're new and starting out, I would recommend going with mutual funds as an investment outlet for each asset class. You may invest your equity portion in local equity funds and global equity funds for that global diversification. For the bond portion, you can do bond funds. And for the cash portion, you can do peso starter fund. So you might ask me now, why mutual funds?
Yes, definitely.
It's really because if you're a beginner and you do stocks and bonds by yourself, you might not know what to do, what to buy, when to sell, right? And hence, you just want to leave it to the experts, such as the fund managers, to do all the work for you. Plus, if you invest directly into stocks or bonds by yourself, they will have a hefty initial investment. Unlike mutual funds, where you can simply invest for as low as 1,000 pesos in a local equity fund and already be instantly diversified into many, many stocks already. So lastly, you can start slow and easy. My first tip would be to do cost averaging. This is the regularly investing fixed amounts monthly or quarterly to take advantage of the volatility of aggressive investments like equity funds. Number 2, diversify your portfolio both locally and globally. For the local markets, we have the Philippine Stock Index Fund, and for global markets, we could recommend our World Equity Index Feeder Fund, which accepts your Philippine pesos. And lastly, have a big liquidity fund for your emergencies, and we could recommend the Peso Starter Fund for that.
Oh, I see. Now, thank you for all those great tips. Now, since Sir Mon, we are talking about investing. Okay, so we talk about investing in the future, and now we want a definite answer when it comes to figures. For our last question, how much should you set aside for savings and investing?
Okay, so that really depends, of course, on how much money you earn every month, right? So I won't give you an exact amount. Maybe I'll just give you some percentages na lang.
Okay.
Part of your salary, So let's say if you're in a salary, it really depends, but I would set aside 10% for savings for short-term needs, and then 20% to 30% for investing for your long-term goals.
Oh, okay. That's again 10%?
for
savings and
for
20
short-term needs, and then
Okay.
around 20 to 30% for the long-term goals.
Thank you, Sir Mon. We can't wait to start applying all the investing ideas you shared with us today. For listeners who have more questions about investing, you can send us a message and we definitely look for the answers for you. Sir Mon, before we say goodbye, would you like to invite our listeners to any of your programs or other things you'd like to share?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Alvin. No? So for all the listeners out there, if you're interested in learning more about mutual funds and investing and some market outlooks of our funds, we have regular webinars. No? So sometimes I'm the speaker there also. We talk about our best-selling funds. We talk about the local markets, global markets, what's happening now given the current situation. And we talk about your investment journey and asset allocation and everything investing.
Thank you, Sir Mon. Okay, we'll definitely mark that in our calendar. So for those who are curious about Quick Loans Online or want to send in questions related to the career or finance, just send us a message on our social media pages on Facebook at facebook.com/QLO Philippines. That's QLO, and LinkedIn. Just search us using QLO or Quick Loans Online. See you guys on the next episode for more answers to your Qs.